What's going on, guilty guys and gals? This is like moments after I've murdered Edelgard with Claude's creator sword. That's right. You heard me here first. So you should probably watch the last episode if you haven't. I'm just going to make sure the game doesn't end after this really quick. Because if it does, then I'll just tack this onto the other episode, and I guess that's the finale. But I have a feeling it hasn't, because there's this certain song that people love to talk about that I've not listened to, called God-Shattering Star. We haven't heard it yet, I don't think, because that was just generic fight music. That's not even true. I did, well, technically it's true. I did help. Yeah, that's me right now. Feels bad.
I'd hoped for, even though never mind. It's over now.
Why did Dimitri have to die? That's what I have to ask.
That we won.
And Dedue is alive.
Here, boy.
Can we have Dedue, please?
An Imperial General asked me to give it to you.
Hoo-ha?
Let's see it. It looks like it's from Hubert. Edelgard's
Wait, he's
vassal.
dead. We killed him as well.
Reading this letter, that means I have perished. As Her Majesty would never surrender to another, I can only assume she has fallen as well.
Oh, Hubert.
It greatly pains me to think of this coming to pass. That said, as the survivors, I must ask you to settle certain affairs in our stead.
Yeah, it's not over.
You must destroy the threat that slithers in the dark.
Oh, finally.
I'm sure you must recall Monica and Tomas. Their allies yet live.
We know their real names, Hubert. You could... Okay.
The children of the goddess and the people of the world. And they
Some
are
heavy...
biding their time until they can exact revenge.
Some heavy plot right now.
If left to their own devices, it is certain they will eventually bring unimaginable calamity and suffering to the world. I detected their sorcery when you took Fort Mercius.
Oh, with the spears of light.
Use the location of their stronghold, Shambhala. You will find its whereabouts enclosed.
Footage of Hubert discovering their location. He just looks on the map and finds the most evil sounding place. Ah, Shambhala, that must be
No
it.
question that they are the enemies of everyone in Fodlan. Do not allow yourselves to forget that. Lastly, while I cannot say she is in good health, the Archbishop resides in a secret chamber.
Do we get
in the
Rhea?
Palace.
Oh no, she's sick.
I
Conveniently.
have shared the location of the entrance to that secret chamber with the person to whom I have entrusted this letter.
What?
I believe
Okay.
that Her Majesty will be victorious. Even still, I must plan for her defeat as well.
Good old Hubert, always the tactician.
I challenge you to rise to the occasion and surpass my estimation of you. Such is your obligation as the victors. And the only fitting tribute to all that Lady Edelgard sacrificed.
Hubert. To leave a letter like this behind.
It almost gives him some personality I care about.
You were a better
Sorry.
man than I believed you to be.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So, Rhea is alive, and the fight isn't over yet.
Huh. I honestly would have expected Edelgard to leave that letter, though. But I guess they did need to give Hubert you some reason to care about Hubert, because he's been kind of two-dimensional evil until this point,
Those who slither in
unless
the
you play his route.
It sounds like Fodlan will never know peace unless we defeat them.
Yeah, they're the ones who
The allies
messed
of
up our
Monica
friend
and
Lysithea.
Tomas. Well, we knew about them already. I think it's safe to assume this is the same group who used Lysithea for their blood experiments.
Yep.
And they were also responsible for the javelins of light that
Right,
destroyed
that's
the
what you called
fortress.
them.
But who are these children of the goddess who they supposedly resent?
Me,
Not enough information here.
and probably you.
I don't suppose there's any chance that this is his idea of a prank. If so, wow, good one. Hubert,
I love the delivery.
rather than writing a letter, you should have just told us before we fought.
Let's ask Rhea about it.
Right. We still don't know for sure if this letter is telling the truth. Let's go find out.
I'm actually excited to see Rhea again, which is something I never thought I'd say. I just want to see her at the time skip, you know? Oh, Jesus.
Come to save me.
She looks like a vampire. Although I shouldn't be judging. She's been in a prison for 5 years.
Who is this?
It's kind of unnerving is all.
I have longed to see you again. All this time. Is it truly you?
Looks like she's going to jump out of the screen and, like, you know, kill me. But she's definitely dragon.
I can see you have grown reliable young man.
I hated you so when you were a child, but I guess I have to.
Thank you for supporting the professor. And for rescuing me. Surely the protection of the goddess has...
Wait, Rhea. What do you know about the children of the goddess?
Children of... What is this about?
Forgive my bluntness. Someone from the Empire filled us in on a few things. I know it must be painful for us to ask you difficult questions after such an arduous confinement. But we have no choice. We must defeat a secret enemy. Those who slither in the dark.
So Claude's path is the revelations of this game. At least it's a little bit better. It still doesn't like... You know what? Actually, Claude's path does better than Blue Lion's so far. But I'll talk about that in the end.
Do you know about them?
Once I've seen the end.
Those who slither in the dark.
So you did know about them this whole time, and you did nothing?
Apparently, they resent
You had an
the children
army.
of the goddess and the people of the world, and are planning something big, something terrible.
You still have an army.
They use blood for their
Ella's
wicked
mine now.
magic and are capable of dropping javelins of light from the sky, which are powerful enough to crush a fortress. If you can think of anything at all, please tell us now. We need to know as much as possible about these enemies in order to stop them.
And maybe go outside for a bit. You know, revitalize your skin a little bit, less vampire-y.
This is a critical moment that will determine whether or not Fodlan falls. Can't you see that the time for secrets has passed?
I am those who slither in the dark. What?
True that there is a group of people who have slithered in the darkness and threatened the peace of Fodlan since ancient times.
Oh, Rhea.
I am
Couldn't have
sure
just
you
told
have
us
heard
this.
the stories of a man named Nemesis.
Yep. The sword guy.
Nemesis, the king of liberation. He's the hero to whom the goddess gave the sword of the creator.
Yes, Claude.
Nemesis was originally the leader of a group of bandits. They plundered the holy tomb and stole the remains of the progenitor god.
Wait, actually?
When Nemesis appeared in Xanadu some time later, he already wielded the sword of the creator.
How did he get the sword? I already know this,
According
but...
to legend, the goddess gifted him the sword to fight against the evil gods.
I do not know how Nemesis obtained the sword, or why
Come
he appeared
on.
in Xanadu.
They're bone weapons. Is it really that hard to put together?
But he used that sword to massacre the people there, the children of the progenitor god.
He killed all the
From
dragons.
their corpses, he gained even more power.
And then he made all these legendary weapons. Yes.
That's completely different from what the legends tell us about Nemesis.
A mere bandit like Nemesis would not have been capable of anything so monstrous on his own.
Aha! So Nemesis had accomplices. And those accomplices must have been those who slither in the dark. They used Nemesis. And this time, they used the Imperial Army to once again bring war to Fodlan.
I don't particularly enjoy this development, but it's fine.
I finally get it. And I even understand why Edelgard was associating with them.
Yeah, because they wanted to
Just
take
as
out the
they were
church.
trying to use the Empire was trying to use them. Rhea, there's still a mountain of things I need to ask you. And I will. But I'll leave all of that for another day.
Let's let you photosynthesize a bit.
After living in confinement for so long. Please rest for a while. My friend, let's prepare for battle. We need to strike Shambhala as soon as possible.
You must not allow Fodlan's bloody history, the Red Canyon tragedy, to repeat itself.
Will do.
It occurs to me that we never got an answer from Rhea about the children of the goddess.
It's okay, Claude. I can fill you in. I figured it out. The people of Xanadu, the dragons.
She did
Dragons.
say that the people of the Red Canyon were the children of the progenitor god. So I suppose so. But those evil guys continued to plot their revenge
Evil guys.
even after the Red Canyon tragedy. Does that mean some of the children of the goddess or their descendants are still alive?
I'm nodding. You can't see it, but yeah. Rhea? Flayn? Me? All of the above? We'll go for Rhea.
Could be. She was talking about what happened in Xanadu as if she was there herself. What are these children anyway? And how are
I
they
think you mean who?
goddess?
Come on, don't be rude, Claude.
I almost disappeared into the bottomless swamp that is my mind. I thought that after we defeated the Empire, I'd be able to see that sight I long to see.
Whoops. Okay. What site was that?
I've told you about my dreams before.
Oh, right.
I want to break down the wall separating Fodlan from the outside world. The sight I want to see lies beyond that. Honestly, it's a trivial thing to fixate on. Just people, gathered in their towns, living out their lives together. Sometimes laughing, sometimes fighting. But the people living there aren't just citizens of Fodlan. There are people from Dagda, Bridget, and even Dusker and Srang.
Srang.
There could be people who were born in Elmira, or countries even farther east there, too. All of those people living together like it's nothing special at all. That's the sight I long to see.
Sounds a lot easier than fighting a bunch of
So
god-killing
far away.
wizards, to be honest.
But this is no time for complaining. We need to focus on capturing Shambhala. Let's hurry up and gather everyone together.
Can we go back to the monastery first? I need to do my supports. Before the game is over.
So,
Oh, hello everyone.
tell me that Fodlan will fall to ruin if we leave those guys be.
Why did I never get to play as you either? Makes me mad.
If this map is reliable, their base is just south of my family's territory.
That sucks.
Story is a bit much to believe. And yet,
It does ring true, somehow.
Also, can we see your brother, Hilda?
Remember
That would be
Monica,
cool
the one
too.
who killed Gerald, and the old man who was masquerading as Tomas? They were their allies. And the Flame Emperor and the Death Knight were merely their pawns.
Oh yeah, the Death Knight's still alive. No, we killed him in the Hubert map. Never mind.
Who were after my blood? They were
Yes.
also the ones who used me to conduct their blood experiments.
They love blood.
As awful as it sounds,
They're all vampires.
using blood in their secret techniques.
Yep.
Really gross.
Same.
Never be friends with someone like that.
This is why I love you, Hilda. You're my
I
favorite.
believe they were also responsible for the Javelin of Light
After
at
Claude.
Fort Mercius.
Hold up, boy. Do you really think that we can win against such powerful foes?
We can recruit Dedue.
I don't know.
He wouldn't help. They're all mages. It's our response to Fodlan's future.
We've really taken on something big. I wonder if our names will go down in history.
my heroic name
I mean, they already kind of have.
to future generations.
We kind of destroyed the Empire.
Cause indeed.
They were trying to use the Imperial Army to plunge Fodlan into war. But we nipped that in the bud. Now,
After
we
5
care about
years?
their roots.
I suppose that's
I know
short
we
for a
have what
war
it takes to do it.
on this scale. Okay. Conclusion of the Crossing Roads. Ah, that chapter name is so good. But only because of the music. This game owes a lot to its music, let's be honest.
Part 2.
City without light.
When
We going in the basement? We're gonna meet Balthus and Yuri?
without light.
And Happy and Constance, right? Right? I actually really like Happy's design, but I didn't buy it, so
The
whoops.
Alliance Army discovers the existence of another adversary, a group operating behind the scenes within the Empire.
Okay.
Claude suspects that if the true enemy is left unchecked, disaster will befall Fodlan. And so he cuts short the celebration and the troops head for Shambhala, where this foe resides.
I'm so glad there's voice acting in this game, so we don't have to try to pronounce Shambhala. Shambhala? Shambhala? Whoops, I pulled out my headphones. Good old me pulling out my headphones. You know, this plot could have been way simpler if Nemesis wasn't just a bandit. What if those who slither in the dark were part of Nemesis's army, or like descended from those people? Sorry, Caspar. Here. And they were just like taking revenge for their fallen brethren.
I just don't get it.
Because the cool thing about Nemesis's story, and I was going to bring this up, was that it's basically a traditional Fire Emblem story of somebody taking like power and then defeating the evil gods. Except it's flipped on its head because we're seeing him as the bad guy because we're part of the church. That's what made it interesting to me. And they're taking it away.
What is it, Claude?
Those javelins of light. They were trying to
Unless
use them to
Rhea's
kill us
lying
before
again,
Mercy,
which
right?
it's in character.
But then why not drop it on Garrick Mach? They must have
They
known
must-
for a while that we were here.
There must be something important here.
It is
Like the
not
sword.
that they chose to
Oh, you're... I was kind of hoping you'd keep your hair down.
to do so.
Rhea, how are you feeling?
I am well enough. I cannot afford to rest while Fodlan is in danger.
Are you going to be playable? Please.
What do you mean when you say they couldn't drop a javelin of light here?
Once, a very long time ago, a massive ball of light fell upon this monastery. However, that light mysteriously changed course in mid-air.
Oh, I see.
An ALL instead.
Rip the people of ALL.
ALL, the Valley of Torment. So that's what the wreckage of those javelins of light looks like.
The Holy Tomb is not only the location of the progenitor god's eternal slumber, but also a sacred vessel for a power that repels evil. Supposedly, the progenitor god built the Holy Tomb herself to protect her children from the evil light.
So the children of the goddess gathered in Xanadu because of its proximity to the monastery? But we've fought at distant locations many times.
Despite that, the javelins of light only fell on Fort Mercius.
In his letter, Hubert said that he detected their magic when the fort fell. In other words, because they used a javelin of light,
I see.
Hubert was able to pinpoint the location of their base.
So they didn't use it before then because they didn't want us to know where their base is?
In any case, those javelins of light must be something they can't just use whenever they want.
I would hope not.
They decided to
Or we're
use them
screwed.
at Mercy's, where they were sure they'd be able to finish us off. It's only thanks to the whims of the Death Knight that we escaped with our lives. And no javelins of light have fallen since then.
It's possible that the enemy hasn't yet realized that we've learned the location of their base.
Oh no, Hubert wasn't there. I was going to say, Hubert should have told us it. That would make more sense. But it's fine. I guess the Death Knight could do it too.
Their guard may be down, which makes this the perfect time for a surprise attack.
I think honestly having Hubert on that map would have been better. And have him be like retreating to the capital. And then he could tell us about the Javelins of Light, because he hates them as well. I don't know, man.
Accompany you.
I'm speaking a lot of meta crap.
What? No. That
Do
would be
it.
Far too dangerous. Your long confinement weakened you greatly, did it not?
Those people have opposed us since ancient times. I wish to learn the truth about them for myself.
Just give her a couple of elixirs. She'll be alright.
I understand. I will not stop you.
I mean, you're going to be on the map too, Sedith. You can be her bodyguard. Nothing of value will be lost. That's savage. I'm sorry.
But having you around is very reassuring, Rhea. Let's prepare to strike at Shambhala before they make their next move.
It's just because I didn't train him. Sedith is actually like the best of the adult units, I think. Other than, who is it? I think Shamir has some useful skills that make her pretty good. And Catherine's got a good sword, but without the sword, she's not that special. Hey, we get some monastery. That's good. I'm obviously going to skip it, but it means I can cut for now and just come back to this another day because, like I said, I'm still in the same timeline. Before I forget, though, can Leone... Ooh, 50. Okay, who's our other one? Bernie, right? I don't think Bernie's even close. No, she's not even close enough. She's not got any of them. Okay. She's getting there, though. I think they all have triangle attack, though. And I want to give that to them before I forget. Because we're going to finish this game with a triangle attack at least once. That was my goal for this entire thing, was to have a triangle attack at least one time. Maybe I should actually do supports in this episode. You know what? That might actually be better. And then I can just keep recording. Okay, we'll do that. We'll do supports. This can be supports and a little bit of plot. What am I doing? Inventory, combat arts, Marianne. We can just add another one, right? Oh no, we have to, well, get rid of Soul Blade because we have a sword that does the same thing now. We can get rid of Monster Piercer. That might be a mistake, but we'll see. And we'll get rid of Vengeance. I've never used that. Oh, that's actually good for her. We'll get rid of Curve Shot, because Deadeye is basically the same thing. Okay. Now we can pull off a triangle attack. It's gonna be great. First though, supports. Let's see. Mine are mostly S supports. Okay, we have a B support with Ferdinand. Oh, I can't even unlock that one. Caspar, I don't need to do Mercedes. I'll do that one Hanneman. Actually, I don't think I've seen this one yet. Like I said, I'm only focusing on Golden Deer, because what are we doing?
How are you doing, Professor? Would you care to join me for a cup of tea?
I hate tea, I'm sorry. Okay.
It occurs to me that whenever we chat, I have a tendency to pester you with my questions and theories about your history.
It's true, man.
Fair to speak on the topic of myself for once.
Oh, okay.
Perhaps you might feel more positively inclined toward my research if I shared my own story.
You have my attention.
I am quite pleased to hear you're interested. Yes, quite pleased. Well, I suppose I should begin at the beginning, eh?
It's a good place, my friend.
I was born into a noble house of the Empire. Not a large house, mind you, but noble all the same. Our land holdings were small, but our bloodline was quite strong. So, as you can imagine, there were many of us in the family who carried the power of crests. I myself bear a minor crest. Our
You have a saint.
abundance of crests may be part of the reason I've been interested in the topic since I was just a boy. I dedicated myself to my studies, and after years of effort, I became lead crest scholar at the Empire's largest research institution.
Okay. I come to Garrigmach.
I had only Imperial blood, and thus Imperial crests, at my disposal in the Empire.
I guess that makes sense.
So I came to Garrigmach and devoted myself to my research during my time as a professor. My progress is slow, but with each revelation, I move ever closer to the answers I have sought for decades. Your cooperation as the bearer of the Crest of Flames ensures my research will continue to advance. In fact,
Well, hopefully before it's too late here in a few seconds.
the goal of uncovering everything there is to know about crests.
When the game is over.
I do hope you should continue helping me advance in this field of study.
You got it, man.
Together, we will solve the mystery of your Crest of Flames, and our world will be the better for it. Shall we proceed? My lab instruments are fully prepared. I have a great number of tests I'm excited to carry out. No, don't worry. They won't hurt one bit.
Well, good news for you. I guess I don't have anywhere to go. You're like my only support I can do right now. Unless I have Seteth. I do not. Okay. Claude. Claude Lysithia. And that's it. Okay. I don't expect to have too many because I've already gone through most of them, but...
Strategically speaking, if I poised an archer to lie in wait here, and then lured the enemy in over here...
Lysithia, are you up late studying again?
She's got her entire face in her sleeve.
I am, but I don't see how it's any of your business.
Look, you don't need to work yourself so hard. You're already as skilled as they come. There aren't many people out there who can match you. Everyone knows that.
I apologize for my sharpness. I just feel pressured.
Why would you, of all people, feel pressured?
I place a lot of personal pressure on myself. I need to become as strong as possible to put my parents at ease.
When I met with Count Ordelia before, he said you were his pride and joy. But he also said his only concern was that you might be pushing yourself too hard. If you really want to make your parents happy, surely you should start by taking care of yourself.
That's true.
Then it's settled. Get some rest. Save your energy for tomorrow's battle.
You really are very mature, Claude, despite the impression you give off. And I clearly have plenty of growing to do. I probably don't have much room to come down on you for harping on me.
Oh, really? Does that mean you won't get mad if I treat you like a child from now on?
Wink.
That is absolutely not what I said. Just after you finally earned a small degree of respect from me, too.
Hey, I can't have that. Wouldn't be any fun.
You're the only one in the world I treat like this. That means you're a pretty special person to me.
You think I'm special?
Take it however you like. Or maybe the thought is too much for a kiddo like you.
How dare you?
God, don't do anything you might regret. I don't want to be turned to dust.
I'm feeling generous, so I'll let you off easy this one time.
Well, that's good of you. All joking aside, go get yourself some shut-eye, okay? After all, if you don't hurry up, the boogeyman might come out and eat you.
All right, buddy, you asked for it.
Claude and his razzing. Good old Claude. Can always count on him for some razzing. Oh man, we're not going to get the Lorenz Lysithia A support. Oops. Oh, we got to do this one though. Ferdinand, Lorenz, wonderful tea, yes?
Already reached your ears.
I suspect I know what you are referring to. A certain noble who caused a stir at one of the local taverns, correct? For someone of status to make such a scene. What a disgrace.
Who was it?
Just the same. A noble
Is it
also
Caspar?
holds a higher standard. It is hardly appropriate to drink and mingle with a tavern full of commoners.
Oh, that is not quite what I meant. I
Woohoo.
do not object to a noble patronizing their local establishments. In fact, I would say such excursions have value.
Is that so? I would be very curious to hear what value you mean exactly. But allow me first to venture a guess. Is it that you suppose it is proper for a noble to bolster a town's wealth with his patronage? If that is your thinking, then I would counter that whatever one adds to a merchant's coffers seldom makes it to the pockets of the townsfolk. I think that if a noble wishes to use his resources to ease the burdens of the commoners, he ought to go about town and spend it more directly.
That is wonderfully insightful, Lawrence. Albeit not what I had in mind. What I meant was this. We can benefit from crossing the threshold and learning more about regular folk. We scarcely understand the reality of their lives. In turn, they do not know about us. I have heard that some believe we have horns growing from our heads. It is an
That's an
embarrassing
expression.
and
Okay.
potentially perilous state of affairs.
You are quite right. In fact, that reminds me of something a boy once said to me when I visited a village on my family's territory. He actually asked me if I had a tail. Hilarious.
We all need a laugh now and then. As a man of status, I feel it is my calling to right the world's wrongs. But there's only so much I can do alone. Working in tandem, though, you and I could make tremendous accomplishments.
My sentiments exactly. Together we could achieve a great deal.
You know, there's a big power vacuum now that the Empire has sort of fallen. You guys could run the Empire better than anybody, I think. It's where they put a lot of,
One of us in the Empire and the other in the Alliance. We can still aim for a brighter future.
Yes, precisely.
Oops, my bad. Together.
There is nothing that we cannot accomplish. By the way, Lawrence, do you have a tail?
Oh, you couldn't even put Lorenz laughing? Lame. Or like lame ends. I want to see how this ends, though.
Ah, Marianne, I've been meaning to thank you. The books that you lent me have proved most fascinating. Would you permit me to offer you tea as a token of my gratitude?
I'm a little busy right now. Maybe later tonight?
Of course. I will look forward to it.
Oh no. This is so dumb.
Inviting me over.
Okay. I can't believe that reminded me of it. So the new Animal Crossing is coming out, right? So I went back and started playing New Leaf. I had appointments with villagers that I totally forgot about. At like 1 o'clock. That was like 7 hours ago. Oops!
Certainly. Thank you for coming. Oh, and please relax.
I think I might just have to reset my village. I can't face that.
Oh, this tea tastes so good.
Doesn't it just? This is my absolute favorite. I'm pleased you like it. This pastry may suit your palate also. It is commonly paired with this tea in my homeland.
Ah, it's sweet. It complements the astringency of the tea.
Astringency? You people and your
Have
words.
Exquisite taste. And there is plenty more where that came from. We simply must do this again.
You want to spend more time with me?
Naturally.
Well, that's... Actually, there's something I need to say.
I hate you. I'm sorry.
I've been keeping this from you for a while. It's about my crest. It's just terrible.
Please, that's quite enough.
Oh,
Oh.
If uttering this secret hurts you, then I have no desire to hear it.
it's just...
Your smile is a greater gift to me than any truth. Whatever you have hitherto concealed, I am certain it is essential to you. And I do wish to know it. But not until the day arrives when you can tell me with a smile on your face. I am not the sort of man to prize my own knowledge over others' happiness, you know. Besides, the mystery is part of your charm.
Ugh. All right.
Funny, Lawrence.
There,
You know what? That is true. I agree with that.
That smile truly warms my heart.
This is the first time I've smiled in so long, and I have your kindness to thank for that.
Alright.
As I've said, you are perfect just as you are. But I suppose I can take a little credit. Yes, your radiant smile shall illuminate all the world. With me by your side, you will not be able to help it.
I'm looking forward to that.
You know, I've been away from this game for a little bit, so sometimes I forget Loren's turned around.
Picking wildflowers? Seems such a common activity for someone like you.
To me, the most beautiful flower is the one that blossoms by its own strength. Lysithea, please accept this as...
Knock it off!
Whoa, was that weirdly... Maybe it was in my left ear, because I have that headphone off.
Sorry. It's just that the thorns are a bit sharp, and I'm not a fan of killing nature.
True sympathy, even for the smallest wildflower. I admire your kindness. When you inherit your house, that kindness will be a balm to your subjects. They and the neighboring lords will trust you instinctively.
Politics. Again.
The Alliance has been armed and harassed by lords who thought only of themselves, who saw others as a means to an end. But you understand others' pain. With you around, I am quite hopeful that the Alliance will flourish again.
I hate creaky
That's not
doors.
something you should get your hopes up about. House Ordelia will end with my father.
I'm sorry? I understand you have a distaste for politics, but could you really allow a noble house 3 centuries old to fall to ruin? This goes beyond you and even your house. What would become of Fodlan if all its noble houses withered away in such a manner?
I don't know. Claude might make you find out.
The people would be in disarray. The balance of power would crumble. Chaos would rule.
Democracy and communism.
No, it's just... my body, unfortunately, is not built to last. And I have no siblings. When I die, that's the end.
What?
Noble birth has been nothing but a source of pain for me. For me, and for my parents. We got sucked into the rebellion in the Empire, and it led to many responsibilities for us. The things we went through. I can hardly bear to speak of it.
It really surprises me that Lorenz is the one who digs up these things with these people. Like, she didn't even tell me about this.
All
Or
I
Claude.
want now is to give my mother and father the chance to live out their years in peace. I intend to do whatever I can to ease the hardships of our people, while I still have life left in me. Naturally, I worry about what will come to pass after I'm gone. But I'm sure things will work out, so long as there are people like you around working so hard for a better future.
So you have been thinking of the future, even despite all of that. I am so sorry. I had no idea. Lysithea, I have offended you most persistently. Please find it in your heart to forgive my impudence.
Don't worry about it. If you're so insistent upon being my friend, I'm sure more tasty snacks and tea will help persuade me. But if speaking of the future holds such importance, better to find someone who actually has one.
I
Yikes.
understand. Yes, let's take tea together again soon.
And they'll never get the A support, which makes it all the more sour. Oh, okay. We gotta do this one. We're using Bernie, after all. Oh, right. This was the one where she was singing, then he comes in and he's like, hey, you should sing for the entire monastery. And she's like, ah! Uh-oh. Is this the start of a stalker movie? Just stand still, Raphael. She won't see you. It's like, you know, a raptor. Check movement. I don't really do ambushes. I'm too big and loud.
Please, calm down.
Calm down? Sure. Why shouldn't I? Nothing's more relaxing than being spied on.
Yeah, a little spying in the morning. What, you never done that?
When huge, scary men learn to hide their insidious wiles and heinous schemes.
Okay, that's fair, to be honest.
Want to make me a laughingstock, ruin me in front of everyone. I know it.
Please!
I only came to hear you play.
Play what? Her mouth? That's not how you... Okay.
I'm not gonna make you perform in front of everyone else. I just wanted to hear you myself.
Just you? Nobody else? Really?
Really? I kept trying to ask, but you always ran away.
That doesn't mean you can just watch me tinkering from the shadows, you know. That would scare anyone.
It's
You're
true.
right, I'm sorry. I just didn't know how else to get your attention. You get so scared.
So I just decided to corner you. That works, right?
But it looks like I ended up scaring you anyway. I'll leave you alone, Bernadetta. I really just wish I could have heard you play.
Play what?
Raphael?
Is she supposed to be playing an instrument? I don't think so. Raphael, you are a confusing man. I must be honest. Oh, Ignatz. Interesting. And Hanneman. Also interesting. Okay. I like it. I like it.
Hey.
Oh, Lysithea. Something I can do for you?
His feather gets... Like, when he's standing like that at this camera angle... Not this one, the one before. His, like, feather looks like it's going up into his nose. He's like, can I do something for you?
Can you help me out with my shopping?
Okay.
Yes, of course. You need me to carry stuff?
Actually, can you pick up some tea for me? I'd do it, but I'm drowning in work.
And I'd rather be drowning in tea.
You're so busy you can't go shopping. Okay. Do you have a favorite kind of tea?
The sweetest you
I'm not
have.
too picky. I just like having it around, really.
Keeps Lorenz off my back.
Whatever's cheapest works for me. Here's some money.
One question. Why me? You don't really need my help for this.
I just thought I could lean on you a bit. You know, rather than trying to do everything on my own.
Right, I see. Well, good. I'm glad you decided to approach me.
Well,
but
good.
For this particular task, you might be better off doing it yourself.
Oh?
There are so many different kinds of tea, and I'm not very discerning. Well, what if I get you one you don't like? When I do my own shopping, I pick a tea at random. Otherwise, I'd be paralyzed by all the choices.
Oh, dear.
It's the same with food. Sometimes I stare and stare at the options and never decide.
Thank the goddess this man wasn't born in the time of Netflix.
You look like you were doing just fine when you went to get groceries the other day.
I really had to push myself to do that alone. I don't think I can do that again. Sorry.
Why don't you go together?
Huh. So, you've stopped trying to do things on your own, then?
Yeah. Still, though, for today, how about you have some of my tea? If that'll do.
Sounds nice, sure. Do you mind brewing mine while you're at it?
Okay. Though I can't do it as skillfully as Lawrence, I'm afraid.
Anything to,
I'll
you
get
know.
ready right away. Feel free to start focusing on your work.
I just had a big awkward moment with Lorenz. I think it's alright.
What?
I mean, you seem plenty reliable to me.
I do. Really? How so?
You're fun, you're easy to be around, and you rarely complain when you help others.
Well, I'm just pouring you some tea. I'm not sure that qualifies as help.
It's not easy for me to rely on people, but with you, it's different.
You're just so easy to use.
There aren't many things I can do, frankly. What I can do, I will do. So if you need anything, ask me, and I'll try to help.
Oh, dear.
You really are unreliable, as it turns out. Guess I'll just have to take your word for it.
Okay. Cool. That was a support. Oh, wait. Flayn? I like Flayn, so I'll do this one.
Nothing here.
What are you doing?
Oh, Flayn. I've just been researching the exploits of Saint Sethlene.
Oh, that's awkward.
Why is it you're doing that precisely?
Well, painting is a hobby of mine, and I thought I might like to capture her likeness.
Oh, boy.
How lovely. But how is researching her exploits necessary for painting?
If I wanted to use a statue of Saint Sethlene for my reference, it wouldn't be necessary. But that's not what I want. I wish to paint Saint Sethlene herself, looking exactly as she did when she was alive. And if I don't know anything about who she was on the inside, the image won't be true to life. So I wanted to find some hints about who she was, and that's why I've been researching her deeds.
Ah, so you were hoping to find out what type of girl she was.
Girl? Interesting way of putting it, but yes, more or less.
I see.
Yes, it is all quite clear to me now.
What's happening?
Okay then. Allow me to share with you what I know of Sethleen's deeds.
It was a long time ago, but I'll try to remember.
Long ago, in a world ravaged by war, Sethleen led a secluded life with her father, Keyhole.
Mm-hmm.
One day, they met Saint Seros, who was grieved by the chaos and destruction of war. And so, the three decided to join forces.
Huh? But I thought the saints gathered following a revelation from the goddess.
At the Battle of Teal'tine, they fought against the 10 elites led by Nemesis, who sought to conquer the whole world. Sethleen tended to her allies on the field of battle, until she exhausted all her strength.
Like a true dragon.
Then, she fell into a long slumber.
She sleep.
But according to legend, she used her miraculous powers to heal all of the wounded.
Is this supposed to be in Ignaz's head? Is that why his lips aren't moving?
Interesting story, is it not? Have you perhaps learned something new about Sethleen?
Having heard all that, I'd say she seems incredible.
Incredible? Oh, I haven't heard that before. I feel certain you and I will be fast friends. Let us talk again soon.
Oh man.
Huh. Who knew Flame was such an expert on Sethleen?
I love how this game totally leans on the fact that you definitely know that everybody with green hair and green eyes is a dragon. So they just play the dramatic irony with the characters not knowing the whole time. It's great. I love it. It's honestly, it's frustrating in some parts, but really good in others.
That will do nicely, Lysithea. I'm sorry to trouble you with these chores.
It's no trouble. After all, it's proper etiquette for the young to help the elderly.
Oh!
The elderly?
I'm only 67. I think he's like 50 something.
How have you been feeling of late? Anything worth mentioning?
I've been feeling well enough, all things considered.
Considering I'm slowly dying.
You seem to be maturing remarkably. No doubt
How do you know each other?
Is due to the positive influence of your twin crests working in tandem.
Doubtful.
Here he goes with the positive again. Looks like your research is more useless than I thought.
I may ignore your assaults on my age, but I will not allow unfettered attacks upon my research. What makes you think it's lacking? Surely you do not deny that your crest-related abilities exceed those of your peers. You are so far ahead of the others. Even the combined effects of the twin crests you bear do not fully account for that discrepancy.
You just can't see beyond the crest, can you? In all your research, haven't you considered that my abilities are a direct result of the effort I put in?
And my personal skill?
You are a hardworking student, but
my efforts far exceed those of any other student. I place top priority on growing as quickly as possible.
Is the ability to expend such incredible efforts, to be so focused and driven, is that not a form of talent?
It has nothing to do with talent. It's a question of sheer will. I'm determined to succeed, no matter the sacrifice.
Yeah, Hanneman, you sound like you're from Danganronpa.
I see, but what drives you to such lengths?
I'm gonna die, you idiot!
Just like anyone. And precious little time in which to achieve them.
Little time?
The people who made me as I am informed me that my life would be drastically shortened as a result. A person bearing two crests against the will of nature itself. Well, clearly it can't be sustainable.
Okay, I was under the impression that Hanneman knew this. That's why he's always asking how she feels. But apparently not.
As such, I don't indulge in the luxury of fantasizing about the future. I haven't got one. Knowing all this now, do you still claim that my crests are something positive?
I cannot. Please understand. I had no idea.
I'll be leaving now.
And I'm never coming back because the game will end before we resolve this.
That is why you were...
Goodbye, handyman. Alright. Marianne. No. That's okay. Hilda. Sedith? That one might be interesting. I have to get all the lore out of the dragon folk that I can.
And farewell.
Just a moment, Hilda. How are you feeling?
Sorry?
What is this evil music?
Fine. I'm doing just fine.
I'm glad to hear it. I had heard that you requested a substitute for your cleaning duty due to an illness.
You really do know everything, Sedith.
Just prior to that, you also asked for someone to take your place with table setting. I believe that was due to a wrist injury. It was not too serious, I hope.
Ah, you heard about that. The wrist is all healed up, thank you.
Healing magic is a wonderful thing.
I seem to recall also that you declined to participate in a mock battle. That was due to a headache, yes?
The headache was caused by the sickness.
I have a very fragile body, you see. It's so kind of everyone to make accommodations.
Indeed. It is a great friend who offers to help without complaint. See that you treasure such friends, and that you return the favor.
Of course. Well, then I should really be...
By the way...
Was there something else you wanted?
It so happens I am on my way to the chapel to offer my prayers. Would you care to join me?
No, I wouldn't want to intrude. I've already offered up all my prayers for the day.
That's how I got that wrist injury. I prayed too hard.
We must always remember to give our thanks to the goddess. It is essential that we offer our prayers to her each day, that we reflect on our deeds and strive to live as she would want us to live.
He's just rolling it on thick.
For the goddess sees all that we say and do.
She sees you when you're sleeping. She knows when you're awake. She knows when you're faking a wrist injury.
Now, if you will excuse me.
Of course. Goodbye now. How is Sedith so scary? It feels like he can see right through me.
That's his saint power.
His way of saying stop being lazy. I wish he'd just scold me outright. This is precisely why I try to avoid him.
He's only so scary because he brings along his scary theme music. And speaks like a vampire. Vampire. Nope, we're good. Leonie Sedith. I guess I said we were doing these ones, so let's do it.
Oh, hello, Sedith.
Hello, Leonie. I imagine you are here.
Oh, right. I remember this one.
Yeah, this is a great spot for it.
I forgot I had Leonie in my other run.
Fisherman, huh?
Actually, while I have enjoyed the hobby for a long while, I must admit I am less than proficient.
My talons are so big. I mean, what?
Now that you mention it, I can see you're not having much luck today.
It is likely because I am not using any bait.
Well, that explains it. But why bother fishing at all if you're not even trying to catch something?
Truthfully, I fish only so that I might relax. It is soothing to me to cast the line and watch the water ripple. My days are busy, even hectic. It helps to find peace and quiet every so often.
Oh, that makes sense. Still, if you're going to go to all the trouble, you may as well actually bait the line.
Maybe so. But to my chagrin, I do not even
Chagrin?
know what type of bait to use. I learned to fish by accompanying my wife. She was always ready to bait the hooks.
Okay, wait. I have to remember this. Actually, you know what? You have to tell me this. Because I'd have to go back. I'm sure somebody knows. Okay, so Sedith's wife is Flane's mom. Did she die in Xanadu? Or did she die after the fact? Was she one of the saints? I don't think so, because I think there was only one lady saint, right? I don't remember.
She would hand me the rod and I would cast my line. I never paid attention to how the rest was done.
Ah, and your wife, where is she now?
Well, you might want to say, you could say she's sleeping with the fishes.
Passed away quite some time ago. Since then, I have only to fish on my own. Even so, I find peace out here. Bait or no bait. What about you? Why do you fish?
Me? Just for the fish, actually. For me, it's purely practical. Catch a bite now, one less meal to worry about later. Hunting, fishing, whatever it takes to get by. That's how I've always done it. I'm not exactly starving right now, but back then, if I couldn't catch something, I'd go hungry. So getting the hang of it was pretty vital.
I would certainly say so. I imagine it is intensely satisfying to catch a fish when the need is so great.
Probably, yeah. The need makes it more purposeful. But hey, if you ever want to try fishing for real, I'd be happy to share my bait with you. And if you catch something, I'll cook it up nicely for you. How's that for motivation?
Oh, Are you a skilled chef also?
Can't promise it'll be fancy, but it'll taste good.
Impressive. Wouldn't you know it, I am suddenly overcome with the urge to excel.
Great! Let's get started.
There is one thing that I don't give Seth enough credit for, Seth's voice actor in particular. Making him sound, like, official, but also completely, like, out of his depth when talking with people. Because he sounds awkward, right? And that's perfect. He should sound awkward. Because he's not a person in the standard sense of the word. You know what I mean? He's not used to, like, hanging around people all that much. Anyway, it's nice. And Flayn is much better at it, which...
Said it?
No.
Wow, he looks really deep in thought.
I'm just gonna keep talking out loud at
I
him.
wonder what he's writing. A secret diary, maybe?
That phrase doesn't quite work, does it? Let's see about an alternative.
Oh, and he's a poet?
Too uncertain for a diary. Maybe it's a letter. Or a poem.
No, that's bound to introduce misunderstanding. Precision is the key.
It must be really important if he's putting that much thought into every word.
But I mustn't overcomplicate things either. Parting words ought to be precise.
Parting? It's a farewell letter? Is he writing his resignation? Said it can be a little scary sometimes, but I hope he doesn't leave. It's sad to see him go.
Especially now that he's in the army, and he's been in a couple battles, and we kind of need him.
He shouldn't make such rash decisions. If he's unhappy about something, he should tell someone.
Bernadette.
Do you really think I would resign?
You heard all that?
It would be wise to keep your thoughts in your head.
If you wish to be heard talking to yourself, then you should not speak so loudly. I'm sorry to hear that you find me intimidating.
I'm sorry!
Most people do.
Disturb you ever again!
Wait, Bernadetta! Typical behavior for the girl. Most concerning. Can she really go through life this way?
Typical Bernadetta C support. And then her other one is with Ferdinand. Okay, so that's it. Wait, no, that's everybody I'm using, right? Yeah, because I'm not going to bring along Caspar or... Well, Ferdinand's an adjutant. Yeah, doesn't matter. Oh, wait, can I check Hanneman's age? I just want to check now. See how close I was with, like, 50... 57! I hit it on the mark! Okay. Thank you guys so much for watching. I know it's a bit of a lame episode after we had our, like, epic killing Edelgard moment. But, had to get it done. There's no other chance after this, probably. So, yeah. Thank you guys so much. I will see you in the next one. Like, subscribe. And, bye!